Hey guys, and welcome into another episode of Buffy. Today we are on season 5, episode 17, titled Forever. I don't think we really need to talk much about what happened last time. I think we all remember. I think we are never capable of forgetting. It's not exactly shocking to me that Joyce died. Like, I had a feeling now that we're getting later into the seasons that there's going to be a bigger chance that bigger characters are going to die. I think the shock value came with the timing of it, the suddenness of it, how it happened, it being like a human practical death rather than a supernatural death, and just also, the emotions of the episode really focusing on how everyone was processing or not processing their grief, and just it was just really well done, really well placed. I cried the hardest I have probably since my first watch through of Game of Thrones. It hit me really hard. Anya's speech hit me really hard. I think the most out of everything, just like her confusion and not being able to wrap her head around it, because I think that's kind of where I'm at right now, because I've been lucky enough to not have had to deal with a big death of a person close to me. I've not had to process the type of grief that our characters are processing right now. I've not had to do that yet, so like I feel like I related kind of the most to Anya, a little bit of Xander, and kind of just being like, God, I wish we had like a way to just avenge it and make it feel like there's closure and we did something right, and at least whoever did this to her, it's like they've been taken care of. And I got Xander as well, for sure. But that was more, I think, me as an audience member. I was thinking that way, the way that Xander was, and me as a person, I kind of related more to Anya. Your guys' comments about Karma and how, like, she came to check on me, when she came to check on me, that it almost made me more emotional, and it like egged on me wanting to cry more, because I was just like, oh, you're so sweet. Like, she's the sweetest dog. We had like a little bit of a health scare this week with her. It's kind of been a rough week. I took her to a couple of vets to figure out what was going on, because she was like crying in pain. Like, something was clearly bothering her, but nothing that I like touched, everywhere I touched didn't seem to trigger her or anything, so it was very strange. And I think we kind of figured out that it was a neck kink or a pinched nerve possibly in there, and she's got very low pain tolerance, so like when anything hurts even in the slightest, I know it, which is like a good thing and a bad thing, because when she is in pain, I'm like, okay, is it something really bad, or is it like you just need a good rest? I don't know. But anyways, she went on pain meds, and I kind of like, once I figured out that it was her neck that was bothering her, I like massaged it a lot, and I think I like broke apart a pretty big knot that I felt, and ever since then she has been doing way better. Today she hasn't yelped at all. Like, it seems like she's having her first day of no pain at all, which, like, fingers crossed it stays that way, because obviously I think it was the neck kink, but you never can be sure. So I'm feeling very grateful. That it sounds so dramatic, because literally it was just, I think, like a kink in her neck, and that is not a big deal. Obviously I feel bad that she was in pain, and that she was up all night like crying in pain. Every time she would move or stretch, it would hurt her, and that was like really hard to see. But I'm in a very fragile state of mind this week. I have been for a couple weeks for some reason. I don't know. I've been in a weird space. And like the last Buffy episode we watched, I was like, of course I'm watching this type of episode right now. Like, I don't know. And this next title, Forever, like I don't know what they're going to follow up the body with. Are they going to dive deeper into the aftermath of not just the sudden grief, but the grief that lingers? It stays with you, I wonder if that's what Forever is supposed to represent, like forever full of grief. Joyce is forever gone. Like, I don't know. I think that might be kind of along the lines of what we're going to be shooting for in this episode. But let's get into it, see what it's about. I hope there's some uplifting moments, because I honestly need some uplifting moments, but I probably won't get them. If you would like to watch the full episode with me, my uncut reactions are available below on my Patreon. Thank you so much to everybody over there. Your support there means everything to me. It helps me so much. But if you'd rather just watch the edited version here on YouTube, then let's get into it. God, are we picking out caskets? Not caskets, a casket.
Did you find something?
He's much too chipper. Did you find something? Like, he's selling a couch. But what do I expect for them to just be somber and sad all the time? I guess that wouldn't be good either.
You don't like it? No, it's not that.
I feel like I wouldn't like anything.
What if Mom?
Oh.
What if she likes something else better? She's the one who has to be in it forever.
Forever?
Or maybe it wasn't such a good idea, you coming along.
14's a hard age. Amongst the hardest age, I think, to deal with grief. It affects you, obviously, at any age. And when you're a child, like, there's a certain age, I don't know, range where you just don't know what's going on. You can't understand it. It's very sad and it's going to affect you later in life, but you don't understand. And I think when you hit like 11, 12, between that, like preteen, early teen area where you're like just trying to figure out life in general, you're old enough to understand the permanence of death, but like you're at a point where you want to try to understand it, but you can't. I don't know. It's just like the worst age, I think, to have to try to deal with this.
We'll just go with that. It's a gift. About color flowers.
God, is this whole episode going to be around like planning the funeral and everything?
People are gonna be expecting a wake after the burial unless we say something.
There's no wake.
Mom didn't like them.
She never said anything to me.
Because you're young.
I'm sure she just didn't want to upset you, Donster.
Yeah.
Now you better get working on
Donster.
that dinner.
I'm all phoned out. Will you? Oh, unless it's my dad.
Of course.
Oh, is he even going to call?
Can't believe he still hasn't called.
Also, is Buffy
Yeah,
just
so
going
they
to take
won't.
full custody of
The number he left for
Dawn?
us in Spain is no good.
Can I go to Willow's tomorrow after the service?
If you want to.
I guess so. I'll get my sleeping bag out of the attic.
It probably is hard, like the finality of coming home and she's still not there, even though you know logically that your mom's not coming back. Like, I can understand not wanting to go home after.
Speaking of,
Flowers.
you have got to be kidding. You actually think you're gonna score points with Buffy this way?
This isn't about Buffy.
Is
Bull.
it? I don't know.
Joyce was the only one of the lot of you that I could stand.
I believe
And she's
that.
the only one-
I remember him having good conversations with her.
I liked the lady. Understand, monkey boy? She was decent. Also had a nice cuppa for me.
That's right.
And she never treated me like a freak. Think what you want.
Unbelievable.
I don't know. I believe Spike. I don't think those are for brownie points. Last we left off with Spike, though, was him trying to make a Buffy robot. And if he went through with that, I hope, you know what? Even if we don't have a follow-up to that and they just move on and pretend it never happened, I'm good with that, too. Because that was weird.
Ashes to ashes,
Dust to dust.
and dust.
Why do I know that?
dust.
What is that from?
The Lord lift up his countenance upon her and give her peace.
I hope so. We haven't really delved into the existence of heaven in this universe. Obviously, like, there's religion, but there's so many dimensions, like different hell dimensions. Are there different heaven dimensions? Is there one heaven? How does that work? I don't know. I would just like to think that Joyce is in a good place.
What about you? We can wait if you want.
I'm fine. Thank you.
I, like, wouldn't want to leave, because then it's just over. You know what I mean? Like, this is the last piece of Joyce's story being put in the ground, you know? And then when you leave, you're just, like, supposed to move on. And then, like, what if you're not ready to move on? I don't know. You're never ready to move on. I need to stop thinking about this.
Sorry. I couldn't come sooner.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, Dom. I wish I could
Oh.
help more.
Angel is a very comforting character to me at this point for some reason.
You make a place for her in your heart. It's sort of like she becomes a part of you. Does that make sense?
That's nice.
I don't want to sleep.
Okay, we can just sit or whatever you want.
Because I know what I want to do now.
Magic.
You guys are witches. You do magic and stuff.
You want us to teach you something? Like a glamour, or I could make a stuffed animal dance.
I want to bring Mom back.
Yeah. You can't do that. That's exactly where my head would go as a 14-year-old, though, as well. Like, magic is real. I have witch friends. Let's get her back.
It was more intense.
It's because of Joyce.
Huh?
How people die all the time and how they get born too, and how you kind of need one so you can have the other. When I think about it that way, it makes death a little less sad. It's about making life.
Does she want
Right,
a child?
Two people are much older and way richer and far less stupid.
heavy on the richer. Kids are expensive.
I'm not ready to make life with you, but
Oh,
I
okay.
could.
Okay, yeah.
We could. It all makes me feel like we're a part of something bigger. Like I'm more awake somehow.
I wish we could, but it's not possible. Why?
I know, girl.
You make things float and disappear
But we
and...
don't mess with life and death. The spells backfire? That's not the point. That's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is because witches can't be allowed to alter the fabric of life for selfish reasons. Wiccans took an oath a long time ago to honor that.
Oh god, no. See, I was like, don't give her any hope.
They wouldn't have taken an oath if they didn't know they could do it.
That's true.
Maybe they could, but we can't.
You said you wanted to help me.
Help you cope, not help you bring back probably a zombie version. Because there's no way you could successfully do it.
And it's tomorrow that I'm worried about.
What's tomorrow?
Everything's supposed to go back to normal.
That's exactly what I don't know. Up until now, I've had a roadmap.
Yeah.
Things to do every minute.
You just need some time. I'm sure everybody understands that.
Time's not the issue.
Yeah, it's never gonna be enough time anyways.
I can stick wood in vampires, but Mom was the strong one in real life. I keep thinking about it when I found her.
That is
If I just gotten there
traumatizing.
10 minutes earlier. I didn't even start CPR until they told me.
You were in shock.
I fell apart.
Buffy,
It'd be okay if it was just me I had to worry about.
you don't feel like it now, but you are strong, Buffy. You're gonna figure this out. You don't have to do this alone. You can stay in town as long as you want me.
How's forever? Does forever work for you? That's a bad idea.
God, ever since watching like Angel the show, I've become much more into the idea of Angel and Buffy being endgame, if that could ever be possible. And also after seeing her with Riley, and then Angel came back for that one episode, and I just noticed that stark difference of chemistry, like between these two versus her and Riley as well. Like, what if, because I have a theory over on Angel, the show, that Angel's going to end up human by the end of it. Like, what if he does eventually be able to become human again? What if he can be with Buffy?
The news of your relationship with the Slayer.
We don't have a relationship.
But you attempted to court her. Glory, we'd like to encourage this interest of yours in the Slayer. It might lead to more information about the key.
Why would I share that with the most unstable one?
Time is running short, sir. You're only fighting yourself, you see?
Fine.
Because I think he is Glory.
Let Glory understand this. I won't help her find the key. I would never do that to an innocent...
An innocent?
When I said it's innocent, I didn't mean that the key is... It's not a person.
Of course not.
Oh
You're
my
gonna run and tell
god.
her, aren't you? I can't.
I didn't know if you want to go home or...
I was gonna sleep some more. Giles said he'd pick me up whenever.
Oh, she's really avoiding going home to that empty house.
Take care, Dawn.
Willow? What was that? I swear to God, if it's something to like encourage her into looking up how to resurrect the dead, I hope not, because I just know it's not a good idea. And Willow should know that too. That seems like that face she just pulled, it looks like she's about to do something.
You can always use a hand.
But you have a hand. A paid hand. A hand that isn't the hand of illegal child labor.
Is there anything I should know? Like, off-limit stuff? Willow told me that some of the books and things are kind of dangerous.
Don't fall for it, Giles.
Most of our more potent texts and potions
my
are all up
God.
there. Anyone asks you about, teach you how to work the cash register, you can ring up sales.
Bring up sales? With the money?
Aw, not
gets
her
to fondle the
precious
money?
money. Fondle them. I really can't believe Willow led her down this path. Oh my god, and we're cutting right to it? This is not gonna go well.
I hope it's just dirt you're after.
Spike, stop her.
Spell calls for anything more than that. You're into zombie territory. You That's bad.
So I'm saying she's not going to come back as herself if you successfully do anything.
Good and well what you're up to. That book you've got is infamous.
Please, I have to.
Give her a good speech, Spike.
I'm not gonna tell, little bit. I'm gonna help.
Spike. Spike. I mean, it just feeds into the confirmation that he really cares and misses Joyce and wishes, you know, this didn't happen to her. But I was hoping that he would talk her off the ledge of doing some, what I think would be considered dark magic.
Wood is he knows everything there is to know about resurrection spells.
Oh, we're going to with someone
Come
else.
on now, no worries.
I know why you're doing this.
Do you now? Enlighten me.
We all think it's because you're obsessed with Buffy.
You're like stalking my sister.
Buffy never hears about this, okay?
That's true.
Found out what I was doing, she'd drive a redwood through my chest.
I was gonna say, in this case...
I just don't like to see Summer's women take it so hard on the chin is all. You breathe a word of this to Buffy, I'll see to it that you end up in the ground. You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was sweet. Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, he didn't die?
Mind the rug, honey. His blood's a bitch.
Uh-oh.
Is this the Slayer? I'll pull her wings up.
He told me.
The key?
She just tore her own hair out.
What about the key?
Yeah,
He
they're
indicated that
the same.
it was a person.
For sure.
Dad, you're my man. I'm even gonna let you slide on the lame toadying on account of your dying and stuff.
What is she even supposed to do with the key if it's human, though? Like, how do you use the human? How do you use Dawn as the key?
Could have been a log or a bicycle pump or whatever.
It should be like a grain of sand. That would be the safest, I think. Okay, what is this place? Who is this?
This place belongs to a magic guy?
You're that guy. That guy hangs around down at the corner mart. Big into dominoes, aren't you?
Look, we came here because...
It's crazy, isn't it?
Maybe we should just go.
Yeah.
No. Now, just because the lights are dim doesn't mean the juice is all gone.
This one's mum kicked it a few days back. Heard you were the one to ask.
No, that's, you don't want to mess with that.
Perfect, okay.
I know
Thank you,
some
let's go.
tonics.
Ow!
Now, your mother's a good candidate, at least. Strong DNA.
Right.
This guy's got me on edge. Oh.
Agora demon standing between you and success. That's the translation you were missing. Yeah, they like to stick close to the hellmouth.
Don't they all?
Can you buy it? This egg
If it
or...
was as easy as making an omelet, everyone would try it. No, you have to steal the egg
Oh God,
from
something...
the nest of the demon.
I was gonna say something's guarding it for sure.
It'll take a while, but she will come to you.
How long is a while? 50 years?
Anything goes wrong, the only way to reverse the spell is to destroy the image of your mother, understand? I can't say for sure your mother will come back exactly like she was.
Bro, don't do this.
But she'll still be my mother, won't she?
Well, that depends
More or
on your
less.
definition. Like, no, she's not gonna be herself. It's not the same. It's just not the same.
Go in the sewer entrance near Tracy Street. The opening's on the left.
Okay. I love that we have direct directions to a random Gora demon.
Let me know how it goes.
I'm sure we will be. I'm sure they're...
I will.
Dawn, there was so many red flags just now. She's not gonna listen to him because she's in a desperate state.
I'm going.
No, you are not. I've got no idea what's down there. Well, what do you know? Pity Buffy. Wait till it wakes up. That's usually when the bad starts.
Why don't we try sneaky... Okay, why we could have just tried being quiet? 3. Oh wow. Okay, this is actually going well, unfortunately, because obviously we don't want them to do this, but here we are. We're just trying not to die.
No, I can't.
Ooh, okay. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Did you get it? Don't be sorry then.
The Gora demon just had their whole mouth around his entire torso. That's gotta, at the very least, leave a bad mark. I hope that doesn't infect him in some way.
Bone. Flesh. Breath.
God, we're about to see zombie Joyce.
What happened to History of Witchcraft?
Yeah, Willow, but do tell. What happened to that?
It isn't there?
What would have happened to that, Willow?
Dawn must have taken it.
No, she didn't. Did she?
It's not a how-to guide, but it refers to specific resurrection spells and potions.
Yeah.
But I didn't. How'd you know that?
I don't know.
Okay, so
God, what
she
else did
didn't. She didn't intend for Dawn to use any magic, which was like, why would you think she wouldn't use the magic in there? A mistake on Willow's end for sure.
What have you done? What have you done?
She's coming.
So can we destroy the picture at any time, and that will get rid of whatever is coming home right now?
Tara told me that these spells go bad all the time. People come back wrong. Who told you? Who helped you?
Oh my god, she's gonna be so mad at Spike.
You have to stop it.
I don't care.
I'm
my
not
God.
like you, Buffy. You have me.
No, I don't. You won't even look at me.
Mm.
It's so obvious you don't want me around.
I felt that at the beginning, but it's not true.
Yes, it is.
She was just focused on getting things done rather than being focused on Dawn and how she was feeling.
And it's like you don't even care.
She does. It's just that you guys are different
Of course.
in how you process.
You've just been running around like it's been some big chore or something.
That's how she
Cleaning up after
processes
Mom's
grief.
mess.
Getting stuff done. Oh my god. That wasn't good.
You've been avoiding me. I'm not. Because when I stop, then she's really gone. Nobody's asking you to be mom.
Who's gonna be if I'm not?
I didn't mean to push you away. I didn't. I couldn't let you see me. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm scared. Mommy.
No. Oh my god, no. That ain't mommy. Yeah. Oh, I'm happy we never saw. Oh, I'm so happy we never had to see. That's very strong of Dawn. That's incredible of Dawn to be able to do. And I feel like she knew, like, she's like, we can't see her that way because that's just gonna mess us up even more.
It's okay.
And I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see whatever version of Joyce that was about to be because, like, it's just like you don't want that to be your final memory of her. Because I know it wouldn't have been good. Oh man, another heavy one, of course. Like, of course it was a heavy one because I just knew the show wasn't gonna just bounce back with like a Monster of the Week funny, fun episode after an episode like The Body. So like I appreciate what it did in this one. It's just like hard to watch. Yeah, so we had the funeral. I totally understood from the beginning where Buffy was coming from. That one scene where Dawn was sitting at the kitchen table and everyone else was there and we're kind of figuring out upcoming funeral plans and everything. I could see that Dawn wasn't feeling heard. She was having to repeat herself a lot, specifically with Buffy, and Buffy was just so focused on getting like the tasks done and the to-do list checked off. And I understood from right then that Dawn would probably feel cast aside in a moment like that because of everything that's going on and not being heard. And I also understood that Buffy was like focusing on just getting stuff done because it distracts your mind from having to face the grief, having something to do. It's just a classic thing with going through any sort of hard time, distracting your mind and just getting things done and focusing in on other things to stop from thinking about whatever's bothering you. Like, it's understandable. And I also get that Dawn just didn't understand that because she's a 14-year-old girl who's just like, doesn't even know what to do or how to process anything. And no one's really listening to her. No one's ever really listened to her. That's how she feels. Obviously, just a couple weeks ago, I think at this point, she found out she's the key and has had to deal with that. So I feel like you have to be really, really careful with how you treat Dawn, honestly. I think that should be on the to-do list, and I think Buffy understands that now, and she didn't realize that it came across as her pushing Dawn away or avoiding her. She just wasn't even thinking that way, but I think that seeing Dawn and how desperate Dawn was to bring Joyce back and hearing what Dawn had to say about how she thought Buffy didn't even care. Like, I don't think Buffy realized how she was coming off or could come off. That conversation that they had at the end with each other and the understanding that they came to with each other was really special and really needed, I think, for them both to become even closer, hold on tight to each other through their processing of grief and move on together rather than move on in separate ways. You know, I really think that their togetherness is going to be more important than ever, not just because Glory is now one step closer to finding out that Dawn's the key, but, you know, just because of what happened with, you know, Joyce's death. Speaking of Ben and Glory, I see an inside joke, like a Buffy fandom inside joke happening in the comment section. I forget, what did I just put on YouTube? It might have been episode 13. People are like, do you think there's a link between Ben and Glory? And I'm like, yeah, obviously. At first I thought I was being made fun of, but then I asked like a Buffy friend, I was like, is my comment section making fun of me, or is this an inside joke that I'm just not in on yet? They were like, oh no, it's like, it's a fandom thing. And so I was like, okay, so I don't know what's, I don't know. I don't understand the joke. And I can't wait to get to the point where I get to understand the joke. Because, like, to me, obviously, they're, like, the same person at this point. Like, when she found out that Ben was just, like, basically being a good person, she was ripping her own hair out, and she said something, I forget the line. She said something that made me think, like, okay, you're frustrated because Ben is a part of you, and you can't prevent the good things he's trying to do. And it annoys you because it's you that's doing it, because you are him and he is you, I think. That's how that's all working. But now she knows that the key is human and innocent. And I don't think it's going to take her too long from here, given the fact that Dawn has popped up in her peripheral countless times now. I think she's going to find out next episode or the episode after that it's Dawn. And it's crazy because we are getting to the end of the season. Hi, babe. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we only have like 5 episodes left. So it's going to be soon, I think. It's going to be very soon that all comes to a head. The pacing of the Glory plot has, I think, been really, really, really great. There's still so much mystery with her at this point, but it's not too much mystery where I'm like, I don't even know what's going on, and it's like turning me off to her character. It just keeps me more intrigued and more excited to see her pop up on the screen again. So that has been fun. Spike helping Dawn was interesting to see. Their relationship is very cool. I think, I think it's very genuine. It's one of his few genuine relationships because they're just very honest with each other. He's like kind of the one person that she thinks she can go to for help, and he usually is there to help her, whether it's for better or for worse, honestly. Obviously, in this case, it was for worse because whatever she was about to do would not have been good, trying to resurrect Joyce. I don't know why Willow didn't think that she would use the literal resurrection spells in the book that she tipped off to her. Why would you? I don't know. It seemed like she kind of was acting like she thought maybe if she just read the history of the resurrection spells that she would see that it's not a good thing to do, but I don't know, it just was like not a good decision. And Angel coming back was really nice. Like when I saw that it was him and he came back to see, Buffy and be there for Joyce and everything, I just felt like I felt so comforted, like for Buffy almost. Like I was just like, if I was Buffy, it would be so nice to have him there. And I don't know what it is. Like I think I might be Angel and Buffy shipper. Like the reason I never was before when they were together was because they had this sense of doom over them, and they had this sense of it's never going to work, and I wasn't going to root for that. I was like, oh well, obviously this isn't going to be endgame because for this reason, they just literally can't be together and make it work. But watching the TV show Angel, like there's this whole thing of if he like fulfills his destiny, there's this prophecy that he would become mortal again once he had his full like destiny redemption arc. If he was able to be human again, that would mean he and Buffy could be together again, because it's his vampirism that's holding them back from being able to be together. And they can't have any sort of physical intimacy because he is so in love with her, and that brings him too much joy, and we know how it goes. But if he was mortal, like they could be together. So I'm like, maybe I wouldn't hate that, because I don't know, their chemistry is just undeniable. They're so content with each other. There's this sense of peace when they're together. And I mean, that showed in this episode. She was able to get things off of her chest with him that she wasn't able to tell anyone else, like her guilt over her what ifs of not doing the CPR right away and not getting there 10 minutes earlier, and the fact that she was told that it probably wouldn't have made a difference, but she's hanging on to that word. Like, she's just able to open up to him in a way she's never been able to open up to literally anyone else. And I don't know if there's a chance that he turns mortal and they could then be together. We would obviously not see that, because my theory with like the Angel TV show is he wouldn't turn mortal until like literally the finale of the entire show. And Angel, the show, goes on a couple years post Buffy ending. So I'm like, I don't even know if like that would work. It's the two of them are definitely like, if I got to choose who ended up with who at this point, it would definitely be them if he is able to turn mortal someday. So yeah, it was cool to see him back in Sunnydale. It always is. The scene between Anya and Xander feels a little bit random looking back on the episode as a whole, but I guess that was a really cute scene too, like her viewing sex in a different light. And there was one line specifically that she brought up that kind of just talked about the idea of the circle of life and how, you know, the reason there's death is so that there can be more life, and how that thought comforts her. And I never really thought of it that way, and it kind of comforted me too when she said it. So I was like, yeah, that's nice. I will leave it there. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully I will see you guys next time, and hopefully the next one will be a little lighter. I don't know. We're gearing up for some intense stuff, I think. I'll see you guys soon.